And I guess we'll go to this guy. Now, things are getting serious now. 2 Hammer Brothers at once, plus water. If you are Super Mario, because, you know, you are 2 kind of sets of 16 pixels high, whoa! I did not think I would get hit from back there. You will be okay, because, you know, the water will be low enough that it will not kind of hinder, you know, your ability to move. And in that case, things were not so great. Might as well kill these guys. And also, because we ran into them on land instead of on the water, there is no water in this battle, which is kind of cool. It's neat that they, you know, did it like that. And sometimes there'll be items like that, but I kind of like my firepower. Also, here is another hammer, yes. We will attend to that shortly, because I definitely want to break this rock. This is a pretty cool rock. But in the meantime, level 5. If you fly, you can go over things, but otherwise, it's through the jellyfish we go. And luckily, 1 fireball kills Bounty Bass guy. No, it's not Bounty Bass. It's Big Mouth Bass, Big Boss Bass, and I just cannot. I'm in a Donkey Kong Country 3 mode for absolutely no reason. It's interesting to note that the jellyfish are actually not sprites. They're actually blocks. You know, typical, you know, 16 by 16 objects. So that you cannot kill them with anything. All they will do is damage you if you touch them. So they're pretty much like spikes that can be placed anywhere underwater. Wow, that was very close. Cheap Cheeps are annoying too. I don't think there's any reason to go down there. If you do go across the top of the level, there are some, I think, multi-coin blocks. Nothing that we are too worried about missing. 2 stars. Very nice. You may notice at the top of the screen there are those bridges that open and close. So pretty much, you play a level, and then they switch their position. So, I mean, if they're closed, they'll open, or if they'll open, then they'll close. But yeah, they're nothing too much to worry about. Pick a box. Is this another one where they are all frog suits? No, this one is actually a typical one. Now, from that one, we got a leaf, which is not too bad. Luckily, it does not change when you go inside the mushroom house, or else we would be eternally stuck right there. Which would not be super great. As you can see though, like in this case, the bridge would be a little bit useful because it would allow you to skip not only level 7, but also a fortress. But we're not going to be playing the game that way. But before we worry about that, we have a hammer here, we can do that. And then we get the boat. I believe this is the only boat in the entire game, which is pretty neat. I mean, it lets you explore the entire overworld as long as there is water. And I've always thought that was really neat. It almost feels like we're playing Star Tropics right now. But yeah, so you can go around, and the only reason you really want to do this is because it gives you access to a whole bunch of items that you otherwise are not able to reach. So, I mean, we have 2 mushroom houses right here and 2 spades, which, I mean, if Andrew doesn't completely suck, we could actually rack up a few lives from that. So there we go, we got a leaf from that. From this one, I believe this is another one where it's a leaf, flower, or mushroom. Oh, no, this one's all frog suits. So we got that. How many pages of items do I have? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I really do need to start using more items soon. World 3 and we're almost full already, but that's because of all the end spades I've been getting. Line up the pictures. Let's try this time. I used to be really good at this, like I said, but just not tonight, apparently. Alright, okay. Okay. Oh, how? I pressed A as soon as the flower piece was passing by. Luckily, that's what second chances are for. Oh, darn it, okay. Okay, okay. Yeah! I mean, it's the easiest one, but hey, at least we finally won something. That's a start. Alright, back into the boat to explore more of Ye Olde Overworld. Actually, no, Ye Olde. I was trying to do a pirate thing. Ye Olde is not a pirate thing. Arr, shiver me timbers, there be treasure chests about. Talk Like a French Pirate Day was last month. Here we go! We got another leaf, and wow, that's the start of the 4th page, so I really do need to start using items. If we continue to the right with the boat, we can see the castle here, although there is no kind of dock for us to get off at. So unfortunately, I mean, we can kind of just sightsee at the moment and go around it, because, you know, Mario always follows the rules, so if there's nowhere for him to properly dock his boat, you know, he kind of doesn't want to get out of the water, so guess we'll have to deal with Mario's crazy logic and move on to level 6, which is super fun auto-scrolling donut platform land, or donut lift, I guess is the official name. And of course, it wouldn't be a complete, part of your daily breakfast without spinning platform things like that. And I should have brought that guy down to hit this block, because I believe it's a 1-up. Oh wait, no, it's just multi-coins, so I couldn't even care less. Also, that's a glitch that always happens when I play this game. That bush turns into part of a block, which is kind of funny. I believe that one of those blocks right there was a 1-up, but we didn't even really worry about it. Also, it feels like there's something missing there. That's a long jump. Wow. 1 coin. Pretty great. Okay. I think that one, yeah, I'm pretty sure that one of these things was a P-switch. So, I mean, man, we could have got like a whole 8 coins there, which would have been fantastic. Also, do not forget to throw away your shells before the Koopa Troopa accidentally comes back out. Now, that last spinning platform there is potentially very dangerous. So I kind of did a pretty cool maneuver around it like there, but okay. I really want this star. 5 1-ups would be pretty cool. There we go. So I mean, as long as you are at max speed, as soon as the kind of card thing shows up on screen and you jump at it, you should always get a star. So don't forget that. And yeah, here we could cheat to level 8, but that's not the way that Andrew plays. I mean, I make fun of Mario's logic, he doesn't want to cheat to the castle, so I guess I'm just as much to blame. But I don't know, what's the point of playing a game if you don't want to play every single level of it? There's another star. So I mean, I guess I really should start using those. I believe this is a crazy, another up and down layer level thing. No, I'm thinking of a different level. Well, this level is actually pretty neat. There's a pretty neat secret in this level, which I will be happy to show everyone, in case there are people out there who do not know. Also, this is the first introduction of the Spike guys. No, not the Spike the Dragon, everyone's favorite guy. These are pretty big jerks, and they throw these spike balls at you. And yeah, you want to avoid them as much as possible. Alright, so let's see, what is the trick here? If we do that... No, I want to throw it into the top one. It's not going to hit by you. So let's grab this, let's go all the way to the top, throw that up there, and that releases a vine. So if we climb up this, we could go to the left. I mean, actually, we are going to go to the left just because I completely feel like it. And what happens when we hit this? I actually don't even really remember. Whoa, okay. No! Wow, that was just kind of... After I fell, I'm like, okay, I know I'm definitely going to land in the hole. Then I did. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm still alive. And then I kind of got too excited about not dying. I mean, could you believe that's something to actually get excited about? So yeah. And that thing just happened. Also, I should have brought a leaf, because there's actually something I kind of want a leaf for. If I die again, I guess I'll bring one. Although in the meantime, let's do that, for that. I believe this secret is possible if you do not have a leaf, though. Oh, see, I don't really care about that. If I do that... Okay, no, I want to jump, and I want... Darn it! I was sure, once again, I was going to fall. Okay, I'm sure that if I jump, and I land on that kind of wooden block, and I make a perfectly timed jump off of that, I should be able to get the secret. Oh, okay. This cloud is not nearly as far away as I thought, so pretty much climb the vine and jump to the right, and you will find a pink note block. Yeah, wow. Andrew, you are messing up your secrets. I usually fly to it, but I mean, it is within simple jumping range. Andrew is silly. This is a bit different than other kind of cloud secrets that we have found, not just because the coin layout is different. I'm actually not 100% sure if there is a 1-up hidden up in the sky or not, but this one actually ends with a treasure chest. And inside, we will find a cloud guy. The one I was explaining earlier that would let you skip levels. So yeah, and then that ends the level, which is really neat. So I like levels that have different endings like that. It's almost like a secret exit in Super Mario World, except it's not technically counted towards anything. Anyway, moving on to the next castle. This is underwater. I mean, of course, it makes sense. Water world, underwater castle. Let's make sure we wait to hit this at the right time. And we can continue on here. Go down another pipe, which I believe takes us to another underwater section. And yeah, this introduces these kind of boo-bar guys, and they're really weird because kind of faces will come up and attack you, and that's kind of tricky. I really should have gone as far down as I could. which I believe is what I normally do, but you know, this is not the day for logic. Actually, I mean, it's not really the day at all. If I check my phone here, it is officially 12:55 a.m. Andrew has been going for 55 minutes straight now. I feel quite fine, actually. Must be all of the Coca-Cola running through my veins. Okay, so here we go. Speaking of Coca-Cola, I think it's time for another drink. And again, that lock kind of just disappeared, and that will connect back to another one of the pipes that we saw earlier, which there's not really any point in going into, because why even bother? Okay, come on, we can do this, Andrew. We can do this. Okay, 3-up isn't too bad. Let's get a 3-up. Man, what is the trick to it? Actually, I'm kind of starting to remember. Kind of. I used to be really good at it. I think I've said that like a million times now. Anyway, level 8. This is an interesting one. Because again, it's one of those ones where it's like, let's scroll up and down, and of course, Boss Bass guy's attacking, and there's vines all over the place to kind of help you get away from him out of the water, although you don't really need to use them. I mean, it's nice to have them to help you, just in case. Yeah. Ugh. Of course, you know, if you do well-timed jumps, you can still avoid him like that, but it's not the easiest thing to do, trust me. Also, if we go down, I believe we get like a P-switch here. Whoops! I was holding up and to the right, but for some reason Mario did not feel like going through that space. Speaking of which, we have so many items, why the heck don't we use one? Actually, we might as well just use a star and kill him. And use a flower just because flowers are cool. Actually, no, this is a leaf. Leaves are still cool. Autumn for the win. Okay. I believe that he eventually comes back. Whoa! I almost let him run into me because I did not anticipate the star running out so soon. Like, do you see how fast that star runs out? Like, seriously, I think I need to do a thing where I put Super Mario Brothers and Super Mario World Star beside each other. Because that is just ridiculous. Also, I think this is a 1-up. Yes, it is. Well, hey! I stood right where that 1-up was coming out from. And I completely should have got it, but, you know, this is an NES game, and you can't really argue with that crazy early programming stuff. Alright. Let's get 3 stars this time. Hey, $64, 64 time. That has to be worth something, right? There you go. So that has to have some kind of connection. Like, is that really have to be like the last 2 digits of both match? And I've gotten lucky like 5 times now? Because that would be pretty incredible, considering I'm not even trying to do this at all. Anyway, the patterns are not always the same, so we kind of need to press our luck here. Although this is looking somewhat similar, I have to admit. If only I could remember everything. I think that's the one that threw me off last time, too. Is that exactly the same pattern? I clearly should have been paying more attention. It's kind of like when you take a test. It's like, okay, never gonna need to know what I memorized for that anymore. You kind of just throw it out the window. That was kind of the same situation there, except it came back to bite me in the butt. Unlike, you know, surprisingly, tests I've taken in real life. You know, that the crazy geography hasn't helped me at all. I've learned more about geography by talking to, you know, friends from other countries on Skype than I actually did from geography class. I guess that's kind of sad, but oh well. Also, we should get back to actually trying, because trying is fun. Okay. Oh yeah, Bob-ombs, because Bob-ombs are Bob-ombs. I think this is the first place that Bob-ombs ever Bob-ombs, so take note. Also, this is an incredibly easy one-up to get. And, man, if you want to get that, that'd be great. So this level, you know, like most levels, if you head all the way to the right, that is where the end is located, although there's actually kind of something cool if you go to the left. So we're going to do that just for fun. So yeah, I mean, there's kind of a wall here. I mean, it's like super tricky. You have to go over the wall. Wait for this cheap guy to come back. Kind of squeeze past him there. If anything, I really could have taken the hit, because it's not going to matter in a second anyway. When we hold right, do not forget to hold right or else you will completely miss it. And we get the frog suit. The frog suit is absolute garbage unless you are in the water. It's because of the really kind of unnatural movement. He's very hard to control if you are not in water, but when you are in water, it's great, because, I mean, you can move up, down, left, and right Pressing A makes you go faster, and there's actually a few secrets that require you to have the frog suit. So, I mean, it's very interesting, but it's not practical in any level that is not a water level. And, yeah, so, I mean, this is the water world, and surprisingly, this is the final level of the water world, and this is the first time we've actually used the frog suit. I really should have used one earlier. Anyway, we actually got a star, surprisingly, and we weren't even running. I've always thought that Mario's overworld frog sprite was very bizarre. Okay, here we go. Off to the castle. Man, doing an airship in a frog suit. This is not going to be a disaster in the slightest. Let's see what we've got here. Also, it is officially 1:01 a.m. for those who are, keeping track for some reason. I've been playing for over an hour. Okay. Yeah, see, I mean, I can't even land on things that I want to land on, but whatever. Now we are normal Mario, and I'm sure there'll be a question mark block in the near future, just like that one, that will give us a power-up that somebody actually wants. And if we can get to it before, the screen throws away, or now it's just gonna be a mushroom anyway, because Andrew plays like a dork. Yes, cheat past everything. I was gonna laugh if this kind of came back to bite me later, because if, the screen started scrolling down, there would have been no way for me to save that. Also, you will get these kind of, these things on the thing here, and you will sometimes have to jump on them like that to make them move across the thing. Yeah, I'm just calling everything a thing. Then again, it is 1 a.m. Who remembers things, what things are called at 1 a.m.? At 1 a.m., everything is just a thing, and that's all that really matters. Okay. Is there any item? I did not think there was. Here we go. Is this Windy? Yes, it is. See, I remember your name. Your name was worth remembering. No, I'm just bad with names, and I wish I wasn't. See, I remember people based mainly on their characteristics and their personality. Names, I don't know. It's just I guess I just don't remember people based on that. I'd rather remember people, based on who they are, rather than what they're called. But oh well. Coke break. Okay. And that guy's face is exactly like Mario's, which is kind of funny. Alright, although, I mean, it would be a lot funnier if, of course, I was Big Mario right now and you could see that. Thank you for a useless music blocks. The white block contains magic powers that will enable you to defeat your enemies. The white block. The white block? The white block. I'm trying to think of what that refers to. Like the ones that you can pick up and throw at people? I'm not entirely sure. That's kind of interesting. Anyway, World 4.